I just didn't know what was going on with having 2 wounded bulls in the same area, and on our way over to that second bull that we finally found, we'd found a carcass, so I realized that someone was in there hunting and they'd probably shot 3 animals and only killed 1. And it's one of those that just makes your heart sink. You know, those are future animals that we could be harvesting. You know, that is just not what hunting is about.
That one's wounded too.
We really need to make sure that our weapons are precise and that we're proficient with our weapons to put these animals down as quick as possible.
Okay, come here, follow me.
Shoot 'em, boys.
Montana Full Circle is brought to you by Buffalo Bore Ammunition, Strictly Business, Leupold Optics, Slumberjack, CVA, Bergara, Bogpod, Caldwell, Tipton, Nanook, Heat Factory, Chef's Choice, Pete Ryer, Zenick, Western Wall Tents, Bitterroot Brewing, and Montana Department of Agriculture reminds you to educate yourself on the harmful effects of noxious weeds.
This past fall, I was up glassing for bull elk, and lo and behold, I spotted one, and I watched him. Didn't look like the caliber of bull I was looking for. I'd seen some really good ones in the area. And after watching him for a while and assessing him, I realized he was wounded, and I knew this animal had to get put down. Coincidentally, I get a phone call from my buddy Danger Dave, who's a bullfighter, and one of his good bullfighting buddies is in town and is on his first elk hunt. I knew right then I wasn't going to fill my tag, but I was going to help someone fill theirs. Hey guys, Adam Onsrud.
Mark Weber.
Mark, nice to meet you.
Gerald Davis.
Gerald, nice to meet you.
Weber.
Steve, nice to meet you.
Dad.
Oh, right on. After talking to Mark for a little bit, I realized he shared the exact same hunting ethics as I do. And he didn't care his size. He wanted his first bull elk, and he was very excited to get up there and try to put this bull down. And I know right where he's at. He's way up. He's almost to the very top of that. Right. So it's just a gnarly hike up to him. But I know right where to go, right where to sit, and it'll be about a 150-yard shot.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I'm game.
Adam's a great guy. He met us 10 minutes before we hiked that mountain, and talked down there, got to know each other a little bit, and we went to hiking. And this guy didn't really know us from Adam. He didn't know us 10 minutes ago, but mutual friends, we've become pretty good friends since this happened, and he took us straight up that mountain to go harvest this elk. Just for Adam to give me a call and bring me in and let me go with him to get this bull and put my tag on it was just amazing, He didn't have to do that, but he was able to give me an opportunity to fill a dream of mine.
Safety on. Let's do this. Let's go get him. All right. Take off after him. I get my best tag. I got my tags and I got everything, and we're ready to climb.
After meeting Mark Weber, I realized he was a career bullfighter and traveled the country to rodeos all over, and realized this is what he did for a living. I didn't even know that was an option. My kindergarten teacher always said he'd be a fireman, policeman, doctor. Bullfighting was never in the equation. Looks like I missed the boat.
I'm a professional bullfighter. I travel all across the United States, working rodeos and bull riding events, protecting cowboys. Been involved in rodeo ever since I was a little kid.
These guys have a crazy job, getting out there every day, helping out these bull riders, trying to distract the bulls and get away from the riders. It's absolutely incredible. I don't know how these guys do it.
Bullfighters are a very important part of rodeo. Our job is to protect the bull riders. When he comes off, it is our job to go in, put ourselves in danger, to either make a better target for the bull to come after, or distract the bull, or if the bull rider is about to take a hook in or he's gonna get stomped or mashed, it's my job, if I can't get him out of the situation, is to be right there in the mix with him and take it with him. So there's been plenty of times when things get a little hairy, situations are tough, you know, you think, oh, the guy's about to get hooked. Well, you'll only have maybe a foot gap to try and step your body through and get your hands on a bull and make a guy, you know, get a safe exit away. Sometimes it looks like poetry in motion. You can slide right through there, get a hold of a bull, scoot him just around from a cowboy, and everything's good. Other times, it's a wreck waiting to happen on a street corner. Been flipped, been tossed, been knocked out, broken bones, concussions. A lot of stuff happens, but it's just, you play the game, you're gonna have to pay. So it's part of it. I guess you could say I'm a little bit of adrenaline junkie. People think we're stupid and we're nuts for what we do, but it's something I love to do. I'm passionate about. A lot of people, like I said, think we're nuts and we're crazy, but we take a calculated risk. You know, I mean, we know every time we step in the arena, the chances of being hurt, even death, are possible. You know, but we take those risks every time we go in. But you learn how to channel your fear and hone your fears into a way that you can use them for your skills. And that's kind of what I felt like I've done. I'm not afraid of them, but you have a respect for the animals and the bulls. If you didn't, then you are just totally stupid.
Buffalo bore ammunition is premium grade ammunition. It is the most powerful and accurate ammunition made anywhere. Our loads are purpose designed. When the moment of need arises, you are prepared. We make the world's best self-defense pistol ammunition as well as hunting ammunition. Find us at your local retailer or factory direct at buffalobore.com.
Well, boys, we're done with the easy hiking. Yeah. So now it's just get on this ridge and head straight up. Okay. And just, you know, whatever, we'll just kind of take your time and take breaks. We'll just get up there. And when we get close, we'll slow down, settle down, make sure you get your shooting breath. And then we'll tiptoe over the ridge and there should be a 150-yard shot. Sounds good.
We started hiking up that mountain, and Bullfighter in the ring, you put him on a mountainside and it's real. I mean, the mountain is the mountain. It's not flat land, and Mark gave a great push and pushed up there, but not without a little bit of heavy breathing.
When he said take a hike up the mountain, he was totally right. It was probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Like I said, I fight bulls for a living, a professional bullfighter, and that was one of the hardest things I have ever done in my life, was hike that mountain to get to that elk. He was straight up the mountain, and it probably took us 2.5 hours plus to get up to him, and it probably was maybe 2 miles.
Hopefully here, if we can make it, which we will, we'll make it to the top and harvest a good one today. So we'll see what happens. But man, we've had a great time out here in Montana. Awesome, awesome. Beautiful country. Just happy to be here and have this opportunity, so.
Being a good hunter and a good conservationist, when an animal's hurt or wounded like that, we need to go in and harvest them and take them out. You know, we don't want them to suffer. So we knew that we had to get up that mountain as quick as we could. Like I said, we were tired, we were exhausted, but knowing that that bull was wounded up there and that he might last a couple more days, maybe a week, but eventually, you know, he was gonna die if we weren't able to harvest him. And so we knew that we had to do the right thing and go up and take him out. But that's one of the things that kept us going the whole time, is knowing that that animal was wounded and that it was our job as hunters and conservationists to go in and harvest an animal. We don't want to see animals suffered by no means, nothing like that. And we need to take them out of there when they're in a situation like this bull was.
Get up on that ridge. Get up to it. Be able to see down over and see if he's still there. All right, I'm game if you are. I hope so. Let's go get him. We come this far. Let's go.
By the time we got up to where I'd seen that bull, we crested the ridge and we couldn't find the bull. I knew the area real well. I've hunted it for years, and I kind of knew where I thought that bull was going to go. So we started trudging along. I had to get over to the next ridge, and there's a good little bedding bench that I thought that bull would be on. So we worked our way over there slowly, trying not to bump the bull.
We're able to see him, but not able to get a beat on him quick enough. And you want to talk about a scary experience that might make you want to change your pants. Have a bull elk bust through the timber from you at 30 yards when you don't know he's there. It is an adrenaline rush like nothing you've ever seen before.
I don't think he crossed where we did. He might have went back out and around. But there was pretty good blood back there, so I don't think he's going to be too long. He can't be too far out. Yeah. Well, it's fine. Let's just hope we get back on his tracks. Yeah, let's get him. Let's do it.
Lo and behold, we get over to the other ridge and we look down below us, and I see a bull in this thick dog hair pine. And I was getting my glasses up, looking at him, and I realized it wasn't the bull we were after. But after assessing him for just a few minutes, it seemed like this bull was wounded as well. I just couldn't fathom what was going on, and the bull bedded down.
It looks like a branch. It's not our bull, but it's a different bull. It's a legal bull. That one's wounded too.
I hate running across wounded animals. You know, it's one of those as hunters that it's our duty to put the animal down as quick as possible. We all need to get out there and shoot more, and it's up to us, the hunter, to be ethical about this. We need to know our equipment very well and be precise and be able to knock that animal down as quick as possible with the least amount of pain.
221 yards. Okay, so just follow me. We're gonna get right up into here to these two trees, and then we're gonna get ready and get set up. We might tiptoe over. He might have snuck out. I doubt it, but he could have. I usually don't cow call during rifle season. They usually don't respond to it. It'll get them to stand up though.
I decided to start making some cow calls to see if I could get the bull to stand up. The bull never stood up. Made some bad calls. I made some bugles. Bull didn't do anything. So finally, I made sure Mark was ready, and I decided I was going to start throwing some sticks and rocks to see if I could get that bull to stand up. When I started hucking rocks and sticks down the mountain, the bull never stood up, and I just couldn't believe that he didn't move. I knew he was there. I didn't think he had slipped out. Those trees were 8 foot tall, and he could have, but I knew he was right there.
Okay, come here, follow me.
At about 20 yards, we finally busted that bull out, and he took off running, and I realized he had a broken back leg. And I knew where he was going, and we were gonna have a big open shot at about 150 yards. So we rushed over to the next drainage and was gonna try to catch him on the uphill side of the slope.
Get in front of me though. Shoot 'em, boys. Shoot 'em, boys. Shoot 'em, boys.
I got my breath back, but the nerves, trying to settle it down, watching my scope move, and I'm thinking just breathe in, breathe out, settle down, find your spot, let that trigger surprise you. That's what I did.
Able to get the guns drawn down. I get my scope on him at about 175 yards. and we're able to take him down there. And when he went down, man, it was just the biggest relief. I was ecstatic to get my hands on him, and it was just awesome.
Made her down. Now we're fixing to crawl back up to him, but he ain't far. Just over there, over the edge. Let's go get our hands on him.
Okay. Man, he was big-bodied elk, just a great bull to harvest for your first bull, man. I couldn't have been any happier with what I got. And emotions were flowing. I was happy. I was excited. I was dead tired. Never, ever been that tired in my life. But we were able to get him harvested, got my hands on him, and just, it was worth it.
Oh, yeah. He's better than I thought he was.
Oh yeah, he's like a 4x4.
Yeah. Golly, man.
Yeah, he had, this poor dude, he'd been shot in his back leg, and it was just a flopping.
Got shot high, didn't he? Probably.
Take a look at him. Well, we got work ahead of us now, but that
Yeah,
shot,
we do.
the way he was quartering, that was a good shot. I know exactly the emotion he was feeling getting his first bull elk. I remember my first elk. It was a cow. Antlers or not, it didn't matter. It's about having that meat in the freezer. And at the end of the day, it's all about the meat. The antlers are great. It wasn't the biggest bull, but it was his first bull, and he'll always remember it.
Or just
Big smile.
have a great day.
Pretend you're having fun. Pretend you're excited.
I don't have to pretend, man. I am
sure?
excited. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it was just awesome to get to harvest him and take him. And it's an experience that I'll never forget.
These are the herds that we're trying to, keep going, and people complain about wolves, and wolves have been a problem, but unethical hunting is another huge thing that just gets overlooked. And I feel like you just can't turn a blind eye to it. I didn't want to, I'm looking for a big bull this year, and I really thought about filling that tag myself. And then, I knew you guys were in town. One of my, Dave's a buddy, and I knew you guys were in town and looking for an elk, and I figured, perfect, let's get up there, let's get this bull taken care of and make it happen. But it just kind of makes me a little unsettled knowing that there was 3 elk that were shot in here by probably just a couple guys, and 2 of them were just hopping along for the last 3 days, and it's just it's unnerving. But
They didn't care enough to
thank you guys
go
so
after
much
'em, so.
for getting up
Hey,
here,
thank
working
you.
your butts on, getting up the hill. It wasn't an easy hike.
It's quite the hike for some flatlanders, huh?
Well, good job.
But like I said, Adam, thanks again, man.
Heck yeah.
Appreciate everything.
Real happy. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. To me, this is a success story. Taking a wounded animal off the mountain it's just one of those that just needs to get done. So
Yeah.
he'll eat good. We'll get him taken care of.
God's been good to us. He gives us a lot of good things, and elk is one of them.
Yeah, fantastic, beautiful bull. So
You bet. Let's clean him.
let's do it.
Okay, get your knife out.
You bet.
Ready or not.
Here we go.
We got our hands on him, and we're, all excited, ecstatic. This is my trophy, my first bull elk, and then the thing sits in. We got to get him processed and quartered and taken down this mountain. And it took us probably close to 3 hours to get up the mountain. No weight on our backs, no nothing. Now we've got 3 of us that are probably gonna have a good 100-pound pack each, and we've got to take this down the mountain with us. It was exhausting. Never done anything like that before in my life. Had to coach myself and keep telling myself, you've got to push and get down the mountain. It's getting dark. We're not going to make it if you don't get out of here. So much weight. We were just exhausted. Us flatland Midwesterners, man, we're not used to this altitude in these mountains. So, packing 100 pounds on your back straight down the mountain, it'll give you the willies and, make you start praying as you're walking. But it was something that I'll never forget in my entire life, and glad to get to experience it. And if I knew, that I would get a harvest an elk again, I'd go do it all over again.
We're getting there. Step by step. Down we go.
Yeah,
Got the cat behind you on that one.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I can't. I hate cats. Oh. You gotta be kidding me.
Come here, kitty. Tough bullfighter scared by cat.
I'm not scared by cats. I just don't like cats.
If it was a bull,
Yeah, if it was a bull, we wouldn't have had no problem.
we got a blooper reel.
Yeah, it'd have been a great blooper reel. Holy cow. Jeez, that would have been. We'll have to go change your pants now. No, it's all right. The ducks are gonna hurt us. Come on, Tonto. You're supposed to back up here. Hooking me in the rear. I've taken plenty of hookings, okay? But I don't need any more from you. Tonto, please. Seriously? I know we're friends and we've met plenty of times, but you gotta back up, bro. Man. Stop before the cat hits us again. Psst, psst, go on. Golly.
The funny farm.
The funny farm.
Montana Full Circle is brought to you by Buffalo Bore Ammunition, Strictly Business, Loophole Optics, Slumberjack, CVA, Bergara, Bog Pod, Caldwell, Tipton, Nanook, Heat Factory, Chef's Choice, Pete Ryer, Zenick, Western Wall Tents, Bitterroot Brewing, and Montana Department of Agriculture reminds you to educate yourself on the harmful effects of noxious weeds.